Back in the day, we would write some code, save our changes, and then refresh the page to see exactly what it did. But page builders changed all that by allowing us to rapidly build out pages visually using drag and drop and point and click that completely removed the context switching of the back end and front end since we could see exactly what we were building. That made it a whole lot easier to design right inside your development environment, which is exactly what I did when I found tools like Beaver Builder and Elementor. And that feels like a huge win. Instead of having to do two steps, both the design and the development, you combine it all into one and get it all done in one go. But after spending years doing it both ways, I don't think that designing inside your development tool is actually the right way to go. In this video, I'm going to show you a few examples of why using a dedicated design tool like Figma before you go into development actually gives you more flexibility. It also keeps your WordPress installs more lightweight and clean and ends up producing better results. Now you might think I'm full of it, but hear me out. One of the most important parts of designing is testing out different ideas to see what works best for your project. Here you can see I have two different versions of this exact same page. The one on the left has a dark colored hero. We're using the sunflower picture in the second section. And in the Meet the Team section, we have all the images on the left and the text on the right. But I did a separate version here with a light colored hero using a team photo instead of the sunflower photo. And I flip-flopped the way the Meet Our Team and images work inside of this section. Now I think either one of these designs could work, but the benefit here is I got to test out some different ideas and see which things I like best. If I was to do this inside of a development environment, I would have to build a version out, duplicate that page, build out a second version, and I wouldn't be able to see them side by side. Plus, once I make a decision on which way to go forward, I've uploaded a bunch of images that I no longer need. I might have written classes for styling things that's no longer applicable to the website because we decided to go in a different direction, and it creates a lot of unnecessary bloat inside of your install. But here inside Figma, we can make as many versions as we need. We can save all these to pick and pull from later should we ever need to go back to them, and we're not making a mess of our install in the process. I'm sure just like me, you've questioned whether you're using the right image in a hero section, for example. Here we can see we've decided to use the light header and we've used this team photo in the background, but maybe another photo would work better. To do this inside of a development environment, we'd have to upload each one of the photos, make copies of each one of these pages, or just duplicate that hero section and try to see them all side by side. That's a lot of work, and it ends up putting a lot of stuff inside your WordPress install that you don't need. But here inside of Figma, I can quickly just duplicate this canvas, go in here and upload different photos, and we're able to see each one of these versions side by side so we can make a better decision on which one of these images is going to work best inside of this design. Not only does this give you the ability to really critically think about these designs and make more informed decisions, but if you have to go back to the client, you can present them with some options and collaborate on these things a little bit easier. Trying to do this inside a development environment along with a team member or client is just a whole lot harder than it is here inside of Figma, which you can see just took me a few seconds. And here's a great example of how you can be a lot more creative inside of a design tool. On this website design, I ended up creating this little motif of this circle with this stroke that goes around the images that got reused throughout the entire website. I probably would have never come up with this design if I was working inside of a builder because building something like this out is actually quite difficult. However, here inside of Figma, all I had to do was use a circle tool and a line tool, and I could quickly come up with this idea. I was able to carry out that same design motif throughout other parts of the page. Here you can see the current page indicator has the same kind of icon, and we've used this stroke design in the background of our hero. I think this is a great example of how it's the little things in design that end up making the biggest difference. Without these design motifs, this website would have been pretty boring, but by carrying this throughout the entire design, we've really brought this website to life. Now, trying to do this in a development environment where you're having to think about things like, should I use Flexbox or CSS Grid, and how am I going to position these elements or cut off the overflow, that uses a whole different part of your brain, and it will really limit your creativity. Instead of just thinking about what would look right here, you have to think about how I would do it as well. Now, eventually you're going to have to come to the point where you have to develop this out, and I'd be lying if I didn't say that I was cussing myself for coming up with this design, but the end result speaks for itself. But beyond the creativity side of things, having all these designs prepared before you go into development can really speed up your development workflow. Here, because I know exactly what I need, I can export the images at the exact sizes and resolutions right here from Figma. I know which fonts I'm going to use, so I can upload only the font families and weights that I know I'm going to be using, instead of bloating up my database with a bunch of fonts that I don't end up using and trying to remember which ones got used and which ones didn't. Plus, I know all the colors that are inside my palette here, so I can quickly create that palette using something like CSS variables inside my install, knowing that I'm going to keep a consistent color palette across the entire website. And eventually, you might not want to do all the design and development work yourself. Finding somebody that just does design or just does development is a whole lot easier than finding a unicorn that can do both. If you're able to provide development-ready designs like this, you're much more likely to be able to find a developer that can take these designs and bring them to life in whatever builder you use. Now, that doesn't mean I never build out a page without designing in Figma first, because once you build out a design system, create some classes, and save some patterns, you can put together pages pretty quickly. But for all the reasons I talked about in this video, when you're doing that initial design and development, it is really helpful to go ahead and design separately first and then do your development work. Now, if you're interested in learning more, I do have a great introduction to Figma video inside of our Barfly community. It's an hour-long crash course that just teaches you all the basics of things you need to know inside of Figma to start designing websites. I'll make sure to leave a link to that down in the description below. Hopefully today's video gave you a few things to think about. I'd love to hear down in the comments whether you agree or disagree, but of course, let's keep it civil. Hopefully you enjoyed today's video. If you did, I would really appreciate a thumbs up, and if you want to make sure to catch the next one, hit subscribe, and we'll see you then.